Today, a tweet came out from Studio Ghibli, and it was an interesting tweet. It was a small, I think a few second video, and all it showed was the LucasArts logo, followed by the Studio Ghibli My Neighbor Totoro logo, and that's it. And I think LucasArts also quote tweeted that as well through their Twitter account, which basically signifies that it seems like Studio Ghibli is doing something with LucasArts, and it sounds like it's going to be Star Wars. Now, I, for one, am for Star Wars shaking things up, because I think this is a property that desperately needs to be shooken up. I think the sequel trilogy overall was disappointing. I think The Force Awakens was too much like A New Hope. The Last Jedi gave flashes of, oh, this could go in a different direction. Oh, wow, this seems interesting. And then they just said, nah, let's just do the same old bullshit. And that was disappointing. I don't think The Last Jedi is necessarily bad, but I think it's very disappointing, where they hinted that the main character could go to the dark side, or could go gray, or could do something different than the others, which would have been fascinating to watch, but they didn't do that. And they flirted with doing different things, but they just didn't. And that was disappointing. And Rise of Skywalker was a mess. Holy crap, was that a mess. Rise of Skywalker is the worst of the 9. And I could not believe I can say that after watching the prequel trilogies. Oh my lord. Man, was Rise of Skywalker a mess. Oh. So I think when it comes to movies and property, and to be fair, I haven't been watching the TV series. And it's mainly because Star Wars as a property, I've been losing more and more interest. And my interest lies in movies, to be completely honest. And if the movies aren't doing anything for me, or I kind of starting to dislike the movies, I'm not going to spend more time watching the TV shows. I've watched a couple episodes of The Mandalorian, and I thought it was fine, but I didn't get the praise that it was getting. So I kind of dipped on Mandalorian, and I keep hearing, like, Bad Batch is okay. I'm hearing Andor. I think it's Andor that's going on right now. It's actually really good. But I'm still not going to give it a shot because I'm not happy with the direction that Star Wars is going. So I'm not... I think the one Star Wars movie recently that I actually had a positive outlook on was Rogue One. That was good. It wasn't great. It was like, oh, okay, that was fine. That was my feeling of Rogue One after watching that. And the rest have been either disappointing or just straight garbage. And the reason why I'm saying this is, even though I love Studio Ghibli, they make fantastic animated movies. They make some of my favorite movies. I don't think they're going to have the artistic freedom to do something different with Star Wars. Star Wars is very much more brand focused than artistic focused. Like, they don't want people to be uncomfortable or to be subverted in a Star Wars story. They want people to be comfortable. They want people to know what's going to happen. They essentially are saying, well, this is what makes mass audiences happy. Let's just do that. Not realizing that audiences can get bored by that if you're not doing something different. And the leadership at LucasArts, I don't think realizes that right now. They've had so many problems with other directors right now trying to do Star Wars movies, and then all of a sudden there's creative differences problems, or there's cancellations. I think was it Rogue Squadron with the director of Wonder Woman. I forgot her name, and it sucks because she's a great director. But shit. But yeah, she was supposed to do Rogue Squadron, which I was really excited for, and then creative differences popped up and it was canceled. The Ryan Johnson trilogy he's supposed to have, which Some I know are not excited by it because of The Last Jedi, but I like Rian Johnson, so I'd give him a shot. He's having issues. There were other projects that have been canceled because of creative differences, or they're realizing the brand is not doing very well, so they have to start canceling projects. Star Wars needs a refresh, and big time. And I think the best thing for them to do right now is to concentrate on stories that have nothing to do with the Jedi. I think that's my personal opinion. I think if they go away from Jedis for the time being and do a couple movies like that, and I know they did Solo and that didn't do very well, but I think if they flesh out this world that apparently has a very rich extended library of, it could do wonders for this franchise. I mean, really flesh it out to different things. But I don't see them doing that with the movies. I see them going back to Rey, or going back to a new Jedi who has Force powers, and, oh, he's the one, she's the one, it's the one too. Okay, we're going to do that again. And that's why I'm not very excited by this collab. Because Studio Ghibli, when they get to do their own stuff, is very imaginative. Or they're unafraid to do things that make people maybe not uncomfortable, but they'll make them think and make them really feel deeply about something. Like Grave of the Fireflies is a fantastic movie that they've done that I will never watch again because of how fucking depressing it is. But it is a beautiful movie to watch, and it's a really good movie to experience. But I do not see LucasArts saying, "Yeah, you have the keys. Do something different." I don't see that. I see them saying, "Yes, do an animated movie about Jedis, but in Studio Ghibli style." I am not interested in that at all. I'm not. I want something. If you're gonna have a Studio Ghibli LucasArts collab, just give the property to Studio Ghibli and let them go nuts. Hell, if you can get, I really hope Miyazaki is not in this, but even if you don't get Miyazaki, there are directors in there that are very good who can do fascinating stories that could work. So right now, when it comes to the possibility of a collab with Ghibli and LucasArts, I am so not excited about this because I think I know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to get the announcement from the people that made Spirited Away and Grave of the Fireflies. Comes a new vision of Star Wars, and people get excited. Oh my God, Studio Ghibli and Star Wars. Oh my God, this is so great. And it turns into every single other Star Wars story. Just it looks Ghibli. And that would suck. That would be terrible. I'm not going to lie, I probably watch it anyway because I do really like Ghibli. Even so, I don't have a lot of faith in this collab. So hopefully I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit if I'm wrong. But I don't really see this being a big thing that I think people should be really excited about. I know people are excited by it, but I would say temper your expectations because LucasArts and Disney is just not a company that allows people to do different things with their property. They have a strict Bible that they go by, and they say you cannot do anything past this Bible. Do not subvert it. Do not do anything different. Do not break it. Don't do anything. We want this movie to be this, and it has to be this. As long as you stay on this guideline, you're fine. Other than that, we'll have problems. So, yeah. I will see what it is, and I'll be interested, but I gotta be honest with you, I don't have rosy thoughts on this. So, we'll see. We'll see if it turns out to be different. And maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I am.